We have got a lot of stuff to break tonight. None of it takes a terribly long time, but we're going to have a lot of fun doing it. We're going to open some TriStar Game Day Greats jerseys, followed by Flawless Football, then Leaf Best of Sports, and then Tier 1 Baseball. That's kind of our lineup for tonight. And we may have a team available in Flawless. I'll check it again right before it breaks, but right now it looks like we might have the Dallas Cowboys available in Flawless, and I'll let you know for sure, of course, after we complete the jerseys and before we start Flawless. In the meantime, let's go over some information before we start ripping into things. So feedback, it is set up to be one thing there is to say thank you. I do appreciate everyone who bids and breaks with me, and I'm always glad to have you come and hang out and chat and keep me company. This is a look at what's coming up. So tomorrow night tomorrow there's one new release. That's Prism Baseball. So tomorrow night we'll break that by a half case because it's kind of a base card heavy product. And we're going to start a little bit early, not a lot early, but 9:15 Eastern, 6:15 Pacific. I had originally said, guys, that these were going to be loose boxes from a shared case, but as it turns out, it will not be. It'll just be the start of a new case as normal, because the place that was going to give me a case and a half ended up giving me 2 sealed cases. So there you go. We don't have any loose anymore. On Thursday night, Tier 1 Baseball, and we're going to open Prism Basketball Blasters by the full case. On Friday, we have a new release there as well. It's Spectra Basketball. We'll start at 9 Eastern, 6 Pacific on Friday and open Spectra and Prism. Saturday, Leaf Best of Sports comes into play again, as does Spectra Basketball, of course, and Sunday is an off night. So that's what we look like in the days ahead. Now tonight, let's take a look at what we've got going on. A lot of information on this page, so I'm going to break it out in kind of segments here. So we have 2 free shipping breaks, and we're going to do them first. Game Day Greats football jerseys will be first. Flawless Football will be our second break tonight. In both of those free shipping breaks, I am projecting that stuff will go out to whoever hits it no later than Tuesday a week from today. That's because the free stuff I just kind of always generally project out no later than 7 days after an auction ends. Now, a lot of times it goes sooner, and many times it goes much, much sooner. Just means it won't go any later than that. Now, consolation cards. If you're in the free shipping break, typically I would just hang on to them and send them with your next package if you don't hit in one of the free shipping breaks. If, however, you don't want to wait for your next package to go out and you'd like to have it sent right away, all you have to do is let me know and I will gladly take care of that. Now, our paid shipping breaks, we have a little different stuff going on there. That's Leaf Best of Sports and Tier 1 Baseball. Those I expect to get on the way to you roughly Friday. Realistically, I think maybe I can get that out a little bit sooner. Running in pretty good shape right now, but let's just say wouldn't be any later than Friday, and I believe it's probably going to be sooner. And if you get skunked in either one of those breaks, Leaf Best of Sports or Tier 1, your consolation cards will go ahead and ship out with the rest of the break simply because it is a paid shipping spot. So once again, the order tonight will be the football jerseys, Flawless Football, Best of Sports, and then Tier 1. I believe we may have an open spot in Flawless Football for the Dallas Cowboys. I'm going to check and see if that payment has come in right after we finish the jerseys, and if it still hasn't come in, then that spot's going to be available to sell by way of chat if someone's interested. So first up, our 5-box case of 2019 Game Day Greats autographed football jerseys. This is a full case break. It's break number 5. We've got team names, of course, on one side, our winning bidders across from each team on the opposite side. And a new spreadsheet will go up before we do each break. So this, of course, is just for the jerseys. If you're in Flawless or Tier 1 or one of the other products that we're going to break tonight, you're going to get a chance to see your name up there in lights very shortly. Last but not least, yeah, I'm changing up the focus. You guys know what that means. Makes your background go a little blurry, but don't sweat it. We're going to be able to see everything we need to see. So let me get this case of jerseys up here, and get started on this. See what we can find in here tonight. I always think it's funny that they put like paper and packing materials inside the box with the jerseys, because like they're what harm could come to them, you know? I mean, they're jerseys. So I always think it's funny that Leaf puts, you know, like the packing materials and stuff in the case. I don't know why. It just strikes me that way. Greg, hi Greg. Oh, Greg doesn't like tier 1. Okay, well, you know, everybody's always got products they don't like, so you know my advice on that one. If it's not a product you like, just skip that one and pick out something else. Everybody's always got their favorites for sure, as well as, I guess, some that you don't like as well. Okay, so Charles White is our first jersey here. This is just a little informational card from TriStar. You can see it's kind of ripped over here. I mean, it's all like ripped up and it's, you know, whatever. It's a mess. Got stuff hanging off at the bottom, but that's not like super important. This is the important part, which is your autograph up there at the top. And then you've got an inscription down lower, a JSA authentication sticker, and a JSA authentication card. And you're going to have to bear with me here for a minute, because I do want to look this one up really quickly to make sure that I am getting it to the right place. So if you will please bear with me, I'm going to check this out. Come on, where are my stats here for Charles White? All right, so looks like he played equally for two different teams, and this jersey doesn't match the color of either one necessarily. So this must be, is this a collegiate jersey, I guess, for this guy? Because it looks like he played for the Browns, and this doesn't look like a Browns jersey, and he played for the Rams, and it certainly doesn't look like a Rams jersey. And, yeah, mostly it's talking about College Football Hall of Fame. So that means if we go back and look at his stats, he's half and half between Browns and Rams. So we're going to have to set old Charles White aside here, because he may end up having to go out by way of random. I don't know. We're going to have to figure that one out. So for those of you who came in after we went down the rundown, once again, the jerseys are first, Flawless is second, followed by Leaf Best of Sports, followed by Tier 1. So that's our order that we go in tonight. Alvin Kamara is our jersey hit here. That's for the Saints. You got JSA authentication there, JSA authentication sticker, and your signature. So there's at least one we don't have to worry about. We know where it goes. Nollins. Can you even believe that New Orleans Pelicans ended up with the #1 pick out of the lottery for the NBA? Like, I don't, can anybody really even believe that just happened tonight? Was that not crazy? Of course, it's also crazy that they somehow managed to stretch that into a 30-minute show, but yeah, they did. Well, I've got this upside down, but that's all right. We're going to get it in here. Out of here. Roger Craig comes out next. And Roger Craig here is signed at the top. TriStar authentication, that's just a generic paper. That's the important part, that TriStar hologram sticker down there at the bottom. Roger Craig is a 49er. So San Francisco 49ers have one. The New Orleans Saints have one. And we have one that's up for grabs that we're going to have to do by way of random in a little bit. when we get finished taking a look at this. Kent, you're in a bunch of box breaks tonight. You said you're in 3 different case breaks for Tier 1 tonight. Well, that will keep you busy for sure. All right, we are next looking at Jerry Kramer, and that's Green Bay Packers. And there's your JSA paper. Your JSA sticker is where? It's up here at the top. You can see it, well, sort of. It's kind of washing out in the camera, but it's up there. And there's your signature along with the Hall of Fame inscription. So we're now 49ers, Saints, and Packers. One to be determined using random.org in a little bit. All right, here it comes. Last but not least, we got a Pittsburgh Steeler, baby. And isn't any of that Le'Veon Bell stuff either. Yes, sir. That's our new #1 running back, James Conner. JSA authentication paperwork. There's your James Conner signature there at the top and our JSA sticker at the bottom. All right, so we need to recap some jerseys, and then we've got to go back and take a look at the one that looks like he has equal amount of time between teams. So the Pittsburgh Steelers hit with James Conner. The Green Bay Packers had a hit with Jerry Kramer. The 49ers have a hit with Roger Craig, which I had looking at it, I guess, upside down, but there you can see his signature. Alvin Kamara out for the Saints. And let me get these set aside, guys, and then we're going to bring back up this other dude who played for a couple of different teams. Okay, and that is Charles White here. So, Charles White, this is on just a generic, I guess must be like a collegiate jersey, because these sleeves don't match the Rams, and they also don't match the Browns. So, I'm going to try to find out real quickly here if we know about... yeah, see, he doesn't look... I want to make sure this is even the same guy. Is this even the same guy? Hang on a minute. Let me make sure. Yeah, I guess this is the same guy. Yeah, it is. So he was... yeah, 4 years with the Rams, 4 years with the Browns, and he didn't wear that number with either team. So it's definitely got to be some type of collegiate or other type of jersey there for him. So you know what that means. We need to go over here and see if we happen to have the same person by chance that has both of those teams. So the Browns 691S, and then our second team involved was the Rams, and that is actually a different team owner. So that means we're going to have to go over to random.org to get this one decided. And give me just one more second. I do just want to check one other thing here. Just trying to make sure that I'm not missing anything, and I don't guess we are. Looks like pretty evenly split. So, all right, so here's how it's going to work. I will type in Browns and then Rams, and I will hit random 3 different times. The first 2 times do not count. It'll only be the third and final that counts. Kent's trying to say 3 years with the Rams, but 1 with the Browns, but that's not what I show. I show the Cleveland Browns is 1980, 81, 82, and 84. The Rams are 85, 86, 87, and 88. So that's actually 4 and 4. So I don't know where are you getting your information? Kenson, because I'm looking at the stats right now. So, you know, I don't know where your information is coming from, but I'm literally looking at the stats. So can you, I guess we'll bring you back live, since we're going to have somebody who's got a difference of opinion here. You know why I hate TriStar jerseys? Because they put in people like this that we then have to spend forever looking up. I love TriStar in the sense that you get good hits, but I really hate it in this sense. So, all right. So would you like to tell me, sir, what website did you get your stats from? So if you can let me know that, I'll be happy to go there, you know, and we'll check it out, because I am looking on NFL.com and I see 4 years for the Rams and I see 4 years for the Browns. So, yeah, again, guys, I'm looking literally at NFL.com and I see 4 years for the Browns and 4 years for the Rams. So, NFL.com to me answers that question. So, I also looked up footballreference.com. Not that I think NFL.com would make an error, but they also show 4-4. So I feel pretty comfortable that that's what it is. Two different websites show the same information. Both of them, particularly the NFL one, would be the deciding factor. So, all right. So the first random you can ignore. Remember, it's the third one that makes the decision here. You can ignore the second one, and here comes our third and final. And there you'll see 3 times our date and time stamp, and it goes to the Rams by way of random. And that was this Charles White that once again is on a collegiate jersey and shows equal years of service between the Browns and the Rams according to NFL.com, which is our official stats. So that's what we go by. Now let me check here and see if we may have a spot open in Flawless for the Dallas Cowboys. Let me see if that has been paid yet or not. If we're still hanging out, looks like that has been paid. All right, good. So we're ready to roll onward with that. Thank you for your patience. I know those jerseys, sometimes it can be a bear when we got to stop and look stuff up, but better safe than sorry, right? All right, so once again, for anybody who missed it earlier, here is your shipping information. There's your information about consolation cards, etc. I'm not going to bore you with reading through the whole thing again, but I would ask you to please take a look at it if you didn't hear me speaking about it earlier. And we are headed into Flawless Football. It's our last Flawless break for the year, and it is a 1-box half-case break. It is break number 7. And same format, guys, teams and gals. Teams are on the left, bidders are on the right. And after this one, we'll be waving goodbye tonight to Flawless after we get through with this break. Oh, Jamie, yeah, I mean, I don't use Wikipedia for, because Wikipedia can be edited by anybody, right? I mean, like, I could literally go in there right now and change it to say he played 17 years with the Browns. So, yeah, I mean, I use the official websites, which I believe it even says that down there in the bottom of that listing description. It'll tell you if there's a question about something like that we will refer to the official website for the sport, which in that case would be NFL.com. And if you pull up the player stats for Charles White at NFL.com, it will show you 4 years Browns and 4 years Rams. So, yeah, that's the deal on that one. And I know these stickers can be peeled off. I just prefer to cut them, but I don't think I did a very good job getting that one cut. All right, so Flawless. Oh, come on. Did I not get either side cut? Is it going to be one of those days? Is it a Monday on a Tuesday? I'm kind of feeling like it's a Monday on a Tuesday, aren't you? I mean, I kind of am a little bit. A little bit. All right, let's get our suitcase out of here and take a little look-see at what we've got with some Flawless babies. Flawless. All right. We are first up with Thomas Davis to 5 for the Carolina Panthers. And then behind that, the Green Bay Packers to 20, Aaron Rodgers and Devontae Adams, with some dual relics in there, which we like. Signature gloves, Royce Freeman. You got part of the Nike swoosh off of the glove, so I kind of am digging that. It is numbered to 10, and that's the Broncos, of course. Stang Lover, you need Rams and Chargers. Okay, all right. We'll try to find you some Rams and Chargers. Kenson, we don't have any spots left open for best of. Those are all sold and paid. Thank you, everyone, for getting your payments in on time on that. Marcus Allen, 1 of 1 for the Raiders. That's a pretty sweet little hit in my estimation. If you're a Raiders fan, Super Bowl MVP card set, Marcus Allen, 1 of 1. I'm digging that. I like that. Dallas Cowboys, aren't you glad you paid? Yeah, that would have made somebody really sad if that had gone out to another place in chat, wouldn't it? Because that is Dak Prescott, numbered to 5 for the Dallas Cowboys. Nice little pickup there. Then we have numbered to 10, DeAndre Hopkins and the Texans with a relic and autograph. Arizona Cardinals, Christian Kirk to 20. Relic and autograph, of course. And now the big booming hits. Joe Namath for the Jets. It is numbered to 20. And of course, that's got a little chip of a ruby in there with Mr. Joe Namath. And there's a card stuck to the back of that. We'll look at that in a minute. Chicago Bears, Tariq Cohen. That is numbered to 4, and it's going to have a little diamond chip in it. Then they give us a little card that says, hey, you know what? These really are actual little chips of whatever we say they are, and nobody was killed to, mine them or get them or whatever. But how about this, Giants? I saw this right when I opened the suitcase. I purposefully held it till last. That was kind of mean, wasn't it? It is Mr. Saquon Barkley to 25 for the New York Giants. So a nice way to end flawless for the year on a Saquon Barkley rookie hit. So let's recap it. We have an Arizona Cardinal hit, numbered to 20. We have the Texans to 10. Mr. Dak Prescott to 5 for the boys. A handsome 1 of 1, Marcus Allen for the Raiders. To 10, Royce Freeman and the Broncos. To 20, dual relics for the Green Bay Packers and the Panthers. To 5 with Thomas Davis. Then our encased cards, Saquon Barkley for the Giants to 25. Tariq Cohen with his little diamond chip there, numbered to 4. And Joe Namath and the Jets, numbered to 20 with a little ruby chip in there. So that is flawless, locked and loaded, and finished up for the year. That's going to bring us next up to Best of Sports, a little Leaf Best of Sports action coming up. Let me get our spreadsheet put back up for that. And yeah, here we go. So yeah, right, you've seen this by now, we hope. If you haven't, now's your chance. Read it. Ask me any questions you have. And if there are no questions, then yeah, we're going to buzz right on through. So Leaf Best of Sports, this is going to be a 10-box case. It's 2019 Leaf Best of Sports, of course, just came out recently, Friday, I think it was. And this is sold by the first letter of the last name. So if we were to pull in here, for instance, a Joe Namath, it would go to the N bidding position. We pull Hank Aaron, it would go to the A, etc. And there is a possibility to get redemptions in this product. That's why you see a spot there that says any redemption. Because if we do get a redemption, it would be either for some signed memorabilia, or possibly a sealed box of cards, or like a rare sealed pack of cards, or something like that. So that is how it works. So it's not, this is a buyback product, so it's not like there would be, you know, redemptions in here for an autographed card. All the autographed cards are going to be live in the product. The redemption would be one of those things I just reeled off to you there. So if we should find one, it would go to that bidding spot no matter what the redemption was or is for. Jason, I don't know what you mean. There's, I mean, this, if it has a redemption, are you talking about the redemption card in here? Because that's what we just kind of went over. So, if you have another question about that, if you can hit me up and let me know specifically what your other question is about it, I will do my best to answer it. I mean, certainly those redemptions don't come out of every case, but they do come out from time to time. It's a new little thing Leaf added in within the last few releases of Best Of. They started giving us the possibility of pulling redemptions. So Jason, again, okay, so I guess I should have read all that stuff off again before that. I said I wasn't going to read off again. Okay, guys, so one more time. If your team is not pulled and you are in one of the breaks that has free shipping, which are the 2 breaks that we just finished, Flawless and the football jerseys. If your team was not pulled in that, your consolation card, which once again can be from any year and any series, it's just a loose random card, then typically, because those are free shipping breaks, I would hold on to those consolation cards and send them out to you the next time you have a package shipping, just because it is free shipping. If you don't get anything in a break that has paid shipping, which is Best of Sports that we are about to open, and Tier 1, which comes after this, then your consolation cards will ship out with the rest of the break because it is a paid shipping break. So if you were in one of the free shipping breaks and you don't want to wait for your next package and you want me to just put that loose card in an envelope and drop it in the mail to you without waiting, send me a message on eBay and let me know, and I will gladly do that. Otherwise, it will simply be held and sent the next time you have a package that ships. So yeah, Jason, I mean, I just kind of went over it all there, so hopefully that makes more sense to you now. If you still have another question, just hit me up, hit me up in eBay messages if that still doesn't make sense to you, and I can try again to explain it to you a little better after the fact. All right, guys, so there's 1 Leaf Original card in each box, and then we have our buyback card. So our original card here is Kenny Omega to 35, and that goes to the O bidding position. Next up, we have a Dan Marino going to the M's, and it is graded to 9.5. It's out of 2011 National Treasures football. So M has our first buyback hit, and O has our first Leaf Original card out tonight. Oh, that makes sense to you now? All right, cool. Awesome, awesome, awesome. Thank you, Jason, for letting me know. Sometimes I do a terrible job explaining things, well, sometimes either written or spoken. Ronald Acuna for the A's. And our buyback card here is Peyton Manning. Dang, man. Look at the M's just racking it up. Peyton Manning out of what? Originally an Upper Deck product of some sort. Upper Deck Signature Edition, it says. 2003. NFL Signature Edition 2003. The M's are off to a monstrously good start, in my opinion. Bill Russell headed to the R and numbered 225. Our buyback card is out of 2018 Topps Transcendent. It's headed to the J's for Randy Johnson. And that is numbered to 25. That is a pretty sweet little hit right there. for the J bidding position. Staying lever, you said, of course, the first one's an M. Did you get outbid on the M's tonight, man? Is that what happened? Made you very sad. Floyd Mayweather, that is, of course, also going to the M. Oh my gosh, Joe Namath, man. Oh, this is a good case, and it's a printing plate, so it's a 1 of 1. It's headed to the N, and it's out of 2018 Classics football originally. We got Joe Montana and Joe Namath and Peyton Manning. Is this going to be like the quarterback case, maybe? Oh, maybe. I don't know. It's looking pretty good right now. Of course, we did slide in that Randy Johnson, too, though. Dwayne Haskins for the H bidding position. It is number 235. Ooh, we got Bobby Orr, baby. Oh, nice. That is for the O with a little Bobby Orr. It looks like, though, that somebody got him to sign it after the fact. This, of course, would have been prior to there being, what am I trying to say, autograph cards really inserted probably for hockey. So somebody must have met Bobby Orr. They got this signed. It's at a 1991 score, but they did have the autograph PSA DNA certified. So, you know, if you're going to hit hockey, which I don't know a lot about, I do know Bobby Orr is a really good one to hit. So there you go. Okay, and Roger Federer for the F, like Frank. The Raiders and Marcus Allen as a 1983 Topps Marcus Allen graded to 10. Gem Mint 10 grade on that bad boy. That's a nice hit as well. And a Marcus Allen kind of night, considering we pulled a 1 of 1 for him out of Flawless a little bit ago. Oh man, stupid foam trying to slide out of there. Nick Chubb for the C is our Leaf original. Oh, this is a fiery good case. Look who it is. Oh yeah, baby, that's Luka. A graded Luka Doncic out of 1819 Hoops, and it grades to a 9. And the autograph grades to a 10, and the D's just knocked one out of the park, so to speak. This is a really good case of Leaf Best of so far. See, this is why Leaf Best of Sports is fun. Right here. You're looking at why it's fun. Vesnina, that is numbered to 35. It's for the V, like victory. Larry Bird, baby. 1819 Select. It is a 9.5 card grade and a 10 autograph grade. Card is numbered to 35. Oh, Stanglever, when you had M in case number 1 and it didn't get any hits. Yeah, that is kind of rough. And then you see a different case and it has it. I understand that, man. That's not fun. That does happen sometimes. There's another Bill Russell headed to the R's, and Kobe. Yeah, Kobe Bryant for the B to go along with that Larry Bird we just pulled. Mercy. And last out, our last little box out of this case of Leaf Best of Sports brings us a Brett Favre numbered to 10, headed to the F bidding position, and the Big Hurt, Frank Thomas of 1990 Leaf, Frank Thomas card, Gem Mint 10, headed to the T's. So all in all, I gotta say, I'm kind of digging this case. I don't know how you all feel about it, but I like it. I think we got some good stuff in here. So let's, we'll recap it. This, of course, these are all our Leaf original cards. So we've got the Brett Favre to the F, Bill Russell to the R, Vesnina to the V, Chubb to the C, Federer, F, Haskins, H, Mayweather, M, Russell, R, Acuna, A, and Omega to the O's. Kobe Bryant for the B's. Joe Namath with a 1/1 printing plate for the N. Peyton Manning comes out for the M bidding position. That was originally out of an Upper Deck product. Then we have ourselves a Dan Marino out of National Treasures, 2011 National Treasures, originally graded to a 9.5. The Jays have Randy Johnson to 25. That's out of 18 Topps Transcendent, card graded to a 9, autographed to a 10. Marcus Allen for the A's. Gem Mint 10 grade on the Marcus Allen out of 1983 Topps. Then we have Bobby Orr, and that goes to the O's. And, of course, it was PSA DNA autograph was certified there. It's out of 1991 Score. The Big Hurt, Frank Thomas, 1990 Leaf, graded to a 10. Gem Mint headed to the T's. Larry Bird headed to the B's out of 1819 Select and graded to 9.5. And then Luka Doncic out of 1819 Hoops, and that is graded to a 9, headed to the D's. So all in all, yeah, I like Leaf Best of Sports tonight. I'm happy with what we got. Hopefully some of you are too. That's going to bring us next into Tier 1. I just knocked the iPad over, but that's all right. They're very durable, I find. That's the good news, right? Okay, so once again, shipping information. Take a look at it. The free stuff on the way no later than a week from today. Probably sooner, but not any later than that. And the paid shipping breaks on the way. It says by Friday. We're just going to go with by Friday. I really truthfully think I can get it out a little sooner than that. But it shouldn't be any later than that unless something incredibly unforeseen were to happen. So 2019 Tier 1 Baseball. This is a full case break, and it is break number 3 of Tier 1. And of course, like everything else we've opened tonight, it ended tonight on eBay the 14th of May. We've got team names there on the left-hand side. Our winning bidders are across from each team on the opposite side. And Tier 1, like the other stuff we opened tonight, doesn't take us a terribly long time to get through, but has the possibility of some really awesome hits. Just the way we like it. Mostly hits, or all hits. I guess everything we opened tonight was all hits, isn't it? We hadn't opened... Oh, well, yeah, Leaf Best of Sports did have the one Leaf original card, I guess, in each box, but everything else has been all hits tonight. Marty, we are doing Tier 1 right now. You are just in time. We did our jersey break first. Flawless was second. Leaf Best of Sports was third. And Tier 1 bringing up the back end here tonight. But you timed it perfectly, Marty. So this is 1 pack per box. I'm going to go ahead and get all the packs out, and then we'll start opening them up. I generally kind of prefer to do that on products like this. That way you can just kind of use the knife, get it open, get it set aside, and then rock on once we get started. And of course, Prism Baseball comes out tomorrow. We are going to open a half case of it tomorrow, but it will not be loose boxes like the listing says, because they ended up having enough to give me another sealed case. So we were going to have 3.5 cases in total. Instead, we're really now going to have 4 full cases. So it'll be actually just the start of a new case like normal. Staying Lover, you need some St. Louis Cardinals, Arizona Diamondbacks mojo. All right, well, that seems reasonable. It seems like the mojo should probably repay you after you didn't do any good with your M's in Best of Sports the first case, and then somebody else had them in this last break, and yeah, Mojo owes you, doesn't it? Jamie needs some Yankees. New York Yankees. They usually come out of here with some regularity. So I would think that would be a reasonable expectation, Jamie, that we should be able to find you some New York Yankees in here, I would think. I would hope. I know, Marty, we have had you some really good Braves hits out of Tier 1 in the past few years. I do remember some very nice ones coming out for you, as a matter of fact. You do tend to have very good luck with Tier 1, so let's just, let's assume it's going to continue on here tonight with your good luck. All right, so, well, I already pulled him forward. Chance Adams, New York Yankee, right off the bat, and it's numbered to 25. So, I mean, right? Now, you can see there's a little bit of rough around your edges and your corners, more so on the bottom than the top, but all that little bit of white that you see down there is kind of, I mean, basically what it's usually called is chipping. And for some reason, that is more prevalent this year in Tier 1 than maybe in past years, but the good news is it typically is more so on the back than the front when we do see it. Juan Soto comes out for the Nationals, numbered to 100. We have a relic for the Red Sox with Jackie Bradley Jr. to 375. And a little Jose Altuve to 375 for the Astros. We've also seen a couple this year that have had the coating, whatever you want to call that, kind of the little laminated coating, whatever, kind of peels up a little bit occasionally. So I'm trying to keep an eye out for that sort of stuff, and hopefully we won't have it. If we do, I will see it, one would hope. So Justin Smoke for the Toronto Blue Jays. And that comes out to 200. And Jesus Aguilar to 240 for the Brewers. He had a really nice game last night. Like 5 or 6 hits in there. Probably the best he's hit in a while. And then the Brewers still lost, which kind of was not very much fun for him. Kent, you need a monster for the Twins. Well, let's try to do that. Jose Ramirez comes out for the Cleveland Indians. It is numbered to 25. And see, this is an example of, can you see that right there, kind of under the C and the L? That's an example of what I was talking about, like where that kind of coating or whatever you want to call it starts peeling off a little bit on some of these cards this year. And unfortunately, that is an example of it right there. Well, we have a mystery player A, but guess what? It's not a mystery. We know who it is. They announced them. They announced B back last month. They announced A recently, and A is Vlad Guerrero Jr., and he goes to the Blue Jays. If we had pulled B, that would have been Eloy, and he would have gone to the White Sox, but that one is Vlad Jr. and the Blue Jays. That's a nice, unexpectedly good hit there, right? If you got the Blue Jays tonight. Matt Chapman and the Oakland A's to 375. Nimmo Mets 250 for Brandon. Marty, you said you hate it when they waste bronze ink on guys like Chance Adams. Oh, Marty. That's the guy who has the Yankees, probably really happy to have that hit, though, right? It's all in perspective, I guess. Brian Anderson, that is numbered to 250 for the Miami Marlins. Behind that, we have Mitch Haniger to 240 for the Mariners. And I see a relic coming up for my Cincinnati Reds. Suarez to 375. Our Reds lost tonight to the Cubs. Not that that's a shock. Freddie Freeman, 375 for the Braves, so we at least aren't sending Marty home empty-handed. We know at least that much, Marty. Kent, somebody just pulled a 1/1 Ohtani bronze auto. Very nice. Yeah, you gotta love that. Here's David Justice. That's also for the Yankees. It is numbered to 10. Got our silver ink on it, and once again, you've got some kind of imperfections. You more so see it right in there than anywhere else on the back, but the back is not quite perfect, but the front at least is nice looking and in good order, so small victories, right? Severino. Yankees taking home another one. That one is numbered 250. Oh, yeah, I figured you meant out of Tier 1, Kent. Yeah, I figured that 1/1 Ohtani you meant out of Tier 1. So, of course, these days, you guys know how it works. There'll be more than one 1/1 Ohtani. There'll be a 1/1 in this and a 1/1 in that, and we all know how that works. It's the Cubs and Contreras to 375. But any 1/1 is a good 1/1. The way I look at it, anyway. My Cincinnati Reds, Tyler Mahle to 250. Bag corner lower left and bag corner upper right, especially upper right. Yeah, definitely bag corners there. Well, we're not going to send the Twins home empty-handed either. To 299, there's Jose Berrios. So, Kent, we've at least not sending you home without something. Eddie Matthews. Now, this is numbered to 175. We might, I don't know, it looks a little bit like you may start to have a problem down there with peeling, but it's not there yet. Now, guys, this is the Milwaukee Braves. And cards always stay with their franchise, and I think everybody can probably agree and know that the former Milwaukee Braves are the current Atlanta Braves. So that card goes to Atlanta, the Braves. CC to 375 for the Yankees. Sabathia. Brandon says, for shame, David Justice should be in there as a Brave. How dare they? I know, they have a nasty habit of that, don't they? The worst, though, I got to tell you all, the worst was in Flawless, and we pulled, oh, God, Steve Largent, who, of course, was drafted by the Oilers, but traded in the preseason to the Seahawks and played his entire career for the Seahawks. This is Corbin Burns for the Brewers. It is numbered to 250. And Topps put a card in Flawless that was, this card set was like Draft Gems or something like that. So it was Largent to the Oilers. Oh, man. I mean, you want to talk about who would have ever thought of you'd see a Steve Largent on an Oilers card, right? Trevor Hoffman for the Padres. That is numbered to 125. So I think sometimes Topps and Panini, they do that stuff just to mess with us. That's absolutely just, that Steve Largent was the worst I've ever seen of an example of you would think it should be with somebody else. Red Sox, Kimbrel to 375. And then, of course, you know, they got on that kick a year or so ago where they kept putting Hank Aaron to the Brewers, where he played, like, what, one season at the end of his career, maybe two, but I think one, instead of the Braves. And we were pulling out all these Hank Aaron cards for the Brewers. That was brutal, too. So they like to mess with us at times. Let's get another sleeve. That one did not want to cooperate. Isaac Galloway for the Miami Marlins. Isaac is numbered to 250. Whit Merrifield to 299, Kansas City Royals. And I think that I pull Whit Merrifield out of every box of Tier 1. It feels like I do. Didi Gregorius to 375, New York Yankees. A little bit of a pinstripe in there, making me happy. I like the pinstripes. For the Mets, you have Zach Wheeler to 240. The Oakland A's with one Jose Canseco to 299. Always did like him. And another Whit Merrifield. Imagine that. 375. Kansas City Royals. Now you have a relic. Got 3 boxes left. Atlanta Braves, Bryce Wilson. We've got a little bit of peeling right there above where my finger is. Can you see it? I hope you can. Hopefully it's, you know, right there, right there. It is numbered to 250. The St. Louis Cardinals, Ozuna. That one to 150. The Nationals have a relic for Max Scherzer to 375. Stanglover says he needs to see some Cardinals, and that would be super, super awesome. I know, man. I'm trying. I'm feeling the burn. I feel the pressure. I'm trying. We got to get the mojo going for Stanglover before he, like, you know, gets crazy on me. We'll see the Ozuna, right? I mean, that counts, but you're like, you say some Cardinals, like that wasn't going to be good enough. Is that good enough? Does that get the mojo off the hook? That would make me feel better. Dustin Fowler for the Oakland A's. That one is numbered to 250. The Indians, oh, nice, to 25 with Roberto Alomar. Cleveland with a good little hit there. Atlanta Braves with Mr. Acuna and a relic to 375. That's going to bring us to our last pack, which is the same as our last box, because it's 1 pack per box, of course, which means we are officially at last box mojo time. Coming out right now. Right now, right now. Let's see what we can do. Brandon wants to see that Chipper Jones come out for Marty, too. He says he would like to see that as well. And here's Eric Thames to 299. Milwaukee Brewers. We definitely have a bad lower right corner down there. The rest of it's not too bad. For the Oakland A's, that's Chris Davis. It looks like his pen was starting to run out of ink. It's gold or bronze or whatever we're going to call that color. It's to 25 and bad lower right. And none of these corners are great, but lower right has definitely got more chipping on it than the others. And last out for the Cubbies to 375, a little Chris Bryant relic. All right, so let's recap it. We'll start kind of what we just looked at, won't we? Chris Bryant comes out for the Cubbies, Eric Thames, and the Brewers. The Oakland A's had Chris Davis. The Atlanta Braves, Acuna. Dustin Fowler for the Oakland A's. Max Scherzer for the Nats. Whit Merrifield, Kansas City Royals. Didi Gregorius, New York Yankees. Mystery Player A, which has already been announced as being Vlad Guerrero Jr. That's headed to the Toronto Blue Jays. Mystery Player B is Eloy for the White Sox, for those of you who keep track of that sort of thing. Roberto Alomar, Indians. The Cardinals with Ozuna. Atlanta Braves, Bryce Wilson. Jose Canseco for the A's. Zach Wheeler for the Mets. Kansas City Royals, Whit Merrifield. Isaac Galloway for the Marlins. For the Padres, you have Trevor Hoffman. Corbin Burns and the Brewers. Tyler Mahle for my Cincinnati Reds. Craig Kimbrell, Red Sox. CC Sabathia for the Yankees. Eddie Matthews, which once again, former Milwaukee Braves, are the current Atlanta Braves, so that goes to the Atlanta Braves. Contreras for the Cubbies. Jose Berrios, Twins. Then you have Luis Severino for the Yankees, followed by David Justice, numbered to 10. I like that hit, for the New York Yankees. Mitch Haniger for the Mariners. The Braves with Freddie Freeman. Cincinnati Reds with Eugenio Suarez. The Oakland A's, Matt Chapman. Jose Ramirez, Cleveland Indians. Jose Altuve for the Astros. Jackie Bradley Jr., Red Sox. Brian Anderson for the Miami Marlins. For the Mets, it's Brandon Nimmo. Jesus Aguilar for the Brewers. Justin Smoke, Blue Jays. Juan Soto for the Nats. And we got things started to 25 with Chance Adams and the New York Yankees. All right. So, all right. That is the break. That's the recap. I am going to put up all this fun little information about shipping, etc. Again, for those of you who might have missed it, we'll also take a look at what we're breaking in the days ahead. So tomorrow night, tomorrow is the release date for Prism Baseball. We're going to open a half case tomorrow night. We're going to start not super early, just a few minutes early, 9:15 Eastern, 6:15 Pacific on that one. Thursday night, we're going to break more Tier 1, and we will also break some Prism Basketball blasters by the case. Mostly looking in there for silver prisms, although we will get one either autograph or memorabilia per box in there, but really chasing more the silver prisms. On Friday, we're going to start at 9 Eastern, 6 Pacific, because it's the release of Spectra Basketball. Woohoo! So we will open Spectra Basketball and Prism Baseball both on Friday night. Saturday, we're going to break Leaf Best of Sports again and Spectra Basketball again. And Sunday is an off night. So that's what the days ahead look like. And one final little pass through on your shipping information. The free shipping breaks will be out no later than Tuesday, a week from today. Most of the time it goes sooner. Most of the time it goes a lot sooner, but just simply means won't be any later than that. Our paid shipping breaks tonight, Best of Sports and Tier 1, should be on the way by Friday. Probably sooner, I feel like, on those. I'm pretty sure it'll be sooner, but it wouldn't be, I don't think, any later than Friday for either of those. And if you got skunked, if you didn't pull something in one of your breaks, you are entitled to a consolation card. It can be from any year in any series. I keep track of it for a rolling 90-day period. If you're on one of the free shipping breaks, unless you tell me otherwise, I will keep your consolation card until the next time you have a package shipping, and then I'll send you any and all that you are due at that time. If you don't want to wait for your next package, send me a message. Let me know. I'll take care of it. And as always, in a paid shipping break, if you were to get skunked in that, you are still going to get your consolation cards shipped out right away, and they will go out when the rest of the break ships. I think that's it. I think that's all the information, right? Yeah, that's it for tonight. So, Ebers must not have didn't have a good night tonight. Oh man, you had the Giants. Oh man, I'm sorry. Well, listen, maybe you're going to have better luck, maybe with the consolation sometimes. Maybe. And Kent, you are welcome. I'm glad we found something for you anyway. And hi, Donnie. And I guess that is it for tonight. So thanks again, everyone, for joining. I very much appreciate it. Hopefully, I will see you again tomorrow night. If not, then sometime somewhere down the road. So have a great week ahead, and we'll be back at it tomorrow. Until then, bye now.